Alrighty. So, some of you may have gotten my note today that your website has been deleted. Okay, April Fools. Your website hasn't been deleted. Um, but I hope everyone's having a wonderful April Fool's Day. Um, you know, I don't know. That's the actually funny thing. My sister is March 31st baby and was born at like 11 p.m. on March 31st. And my aunt, my mom's sister, is a April 2nd birthday. So my sister and my aunt almost ended up being April Fools, but luckily they are not. So I hope you're all doing well on this fine April Fool's Day. Today, April 1st of 2025. Um, but today we're gonna talk about whether you might have squirrels running your website. You might have gotten that note from me too. But obviously we don't have real squirrels running our websites. Maybe we do. But sometimes our website can feel a little chaotic. It's a lot to keep up with, maybe for some of us. We don't really know uh, what is necessary, what's required to have a really good website that, let's face it, the purpose of our website is not just to be a pretty brochure, but we want a website that turns visitors into customers. And if your website isn't converting, then maybe there's some things that could be done. There definitely some things that could be done to help you improve the performance of your website so that it's not just a pretty brochure, but it's working for your business. It's actually helping you convert visitors into customers, convert visitors into leads, so that you have the opportunity to close the deal with people who are interested in what you do. So let me ask you this. How many leads did your website generate last month? Was it zero or maybe one or two? If you're not really getting leads over your website, or you're getting very few leads over your website, don't, fret about it too much. You're not alone. This is pretty common. And, most businesses don't have a traffic problem, which means just nobody's coming to the website, but they have a conversion problem. So people, when they come to the website, they just don't take action. So I don't know if you know this, but the average visitor to a website, let me start that over again. The average visitor to a website spends just 15 seconds on your site. That's like sort of like the attention span of a goldfish. And, can you imagine a goldfish or a squirrel visiting your website? They're just, their attention span is very short. They're looking for what they're looking for. And if they don't very quickly find it, they're gonna do what we call bounce. They're gonna leave. And I'm sure that you've done this yourself. You're looking for something very specific. You find a website on Google, perhaps. You click the link, you see it. Oh, maybe you're not sure that's what you were looking for, and you very quickly go back within 15 seconds. Um, that's what we call bounce. And the other thing that is really important to think about in this day and age is that over 70% and maybe over 80% now of visitors are on mobile. Hi there, Rosalind. Thanks for joining us. So if your website isn't mobile friendly, which is becoming less common to have a website that's not mobile friendly, but I'm sure that you've visited one before. When you visit a website and you're like trying to zoom in because you can't see what it says. Well, imagine your customers, if your website's not mobile friendly, they're not finding what they need. They can't see it. They're trying to zoom in. Or if they can't see it and it's just not a pleasant experience for them, they're going to bounce. So we don't want that to happen. The other thing that we want to really pay attention to is you have really 3 seconds to really grab the visitor's attention. So, this is like an instantaneous interest. They have to say within 3 seconds, huh, okay, this looks interesting. They have to be willing within the first 3 seconds to say, hey, I'm going to stick around a little longer and see what's here. Uh, so your website should be working harder than your best salesperson. And if it's not converting traffic into leads and appointments, then it might be time to take a look at what you can do to fix that. So today I'm going to talk to you about why most websites fail to convert and exactly how to fix yours using the help of messaging, improving your messaging, AI and automation, and just smarter funnel design. A funnel is really like a lead capture system. So can you actually capture leads through your website, and how can you do that? So the purpose of your website, it's not a digital business card. It's not a brochure. It's a conversion tool designed to guide a visitor to take action. And if your site isn't consistently generating leads, calls, or sales, then it's not doing its job. So drop a 1 in the chat if you feel like maybe you could improve your website in some way. If you feel like maybe your website could be doing a better job for your business, you are not alone. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're watching on social media, on the live stream. Don't be afraid. Drop us a comment, drop us a like or a share. That's how we serve each other better in community when we engage with each other. Let us know what is the biggest challenge for you when it comes to your website. Drop that in the chat. I saw Rosalind dropped a 1. Yeah, I mean, a website's a lot to keep up with, and for a lot of us, we might feel like we could do a little better when it comes to our websites. So, all right, so let's talk a little bit more about the most common conversion mistakes. Well, first, let me introduce myself. I'm Laura Camrath. I am CEO of Zebra Marketing, and we're a full service digital marketing agency with a focus in AI and automation. So we help people just who I see all the time, people who they feel like they aren't getting enough leads, they're not getting enough customers. And we help them build a modern digital marketing system so that they can get more leads, build their business with more clients, and really set their lives up to be able to live that life that they desire. And that, when we start a business, we all desire to have a a life where we can really enjoy ourselves and not be spending 100% of our time in the business. So we help people build digital marketing systems that support their lifestyles that they want to live and help them grow their business with hockey stick growth predictably and successfully month over month, year over year. So let's talk now about the 5 most common conversion mistakes. and how to fix them. All right. So mistake number 1 is vague messaging. If a visitor can't tell what you do in 3 seconds, they're likely to leave. The visitor is looking for something. If they're not finding it, they're likely to leave, unfortunately. So what can we do to fix that? Let's start with a clear headline that identifies the problem that you solve. Actually call out the problem. What is it that your customer is experiencing? What is that pain that they have? And who is it that you're serving? Um, what is it that you do? What is the problem that you solve? And who do you solve it for? And what is the dream outcome that they want? You can actually use AI to help you write that clear headline. So think problem, solution, credibility. So there's a guy named Don Miller who I really love for home pages. You can check him out. He has a business called Building a Story Brand. And his methodology for content or building your brand story is, people love to listen to stories. That's why his business is called Story Brand. But his methodology always starts out with what is the problem? Because really that's why most people buy. 80% of people buy anything for pain reasons. They have a pain and they're looking for that pain to be alleviated or solved. So, what is the pain? Maybe how is it making them feel? How is it affecting them? What does that mean for them that they're in this pain and they have this problem? And then what is the solution? What is your solution? And then why are you the best one to solve this problem for this customer? And Don Miller, he calls it the guide. So you're not the hero, your customer is a hero, you are the guide. Just like in Lord of the Rings, Gandalf was the guide to Frodo Baggins. He wasn't Frodo is the hero and Gandalf was the guide. If you make yourself the hero in the story, the customer tunes out because they're like, oh, well, I don't really have a place in this story and I don't see how this pertains to me. So you want to be the credible guide, the expert, the one who is going to help them solve that problem that you've called out and give them the best solution. And then you support that solution with what we call reasons to believe. Reasons to believe. Not just getting on there and saying, hey, we're the best. Because, I can get up and say I'm the best all day long. So can you. But, that doesn't mean a whole lot to a customer when we get up and call ourselves the best. It means a lot more to a customer when somebody else who we've worked with calls us the best. So if you can showcase your testimonials and reviews, your raving 5-star reviews saying, wow, these guys did an outstanding job, that's going to do far more than you sort of getting up there and saying, hey, we're the best at what we do. All right. So, any questions about that? You can drop them in the chat. And then let's go on to biggest mistake number 2. So biggest mistake number 2 is not having a clear call to action, or marketing lingo, we call it a CTA. If you don't have a clear call to action, visitors to your website might not know what to do, or they just won't do it. We've all, stood in the shower reading the back of our shampoo bottle that tells us how to shampoo our hair step by step. Like, because you don't know how to, shampoo your hair. Well, it's not really the case. It's just that like people like to be told what to do. The less we have to think, the better. Like, we're lazy beings. We don't want to think about it. So the more you ask your customer to think, the less likely they are to actually follow through and take the action that you want them to take. So don't make them think. Just tell them what to do. Have one strong, specific call to action per page. And a call to action is not like contact us or learn more, because, contact us for what? Like, what is going to happen if I contact you? And yeah, you can have a contact us page, but like on your homepage, you want a call to action that's specific. Something like book a complimentary call, or get your audit, or claim your complimentary audit, or something like that. That's very clear. You can even have like a step by step, here's how to get started. 3 steps. Number one, just like on the shampoo bottle. Number one, pour some shampoo into your hand. Number one, uh, book a complimentary call with us. Number two, we will work together to identify the strengths and weaknesses in your business. Number three, we will uh, give you a quote or a proposal, and then if it makes sense, we will proceed into a, a relationship. Uh, whatever that is for you, the step-by-step clear call to action is important. And like I said, the less your customer has to think about what they need to do next, the better. And the more likely they are to do it. Because like we talked about earlier, you may only have 3 seconds to get them to stick around and up to 15 seconds to get them to actually take action or do something. So making it really easy and really clear how you can help and what they should do next is really important. Mistake number 3, not having a lead magnet or lead capture system. So a lead magnet is essentially like a free resource or a free offer, some sort of guide or checklist or complimentary consultation in exchange for their email or contact information. This is not putting at the bottom of your website, sign up for our newsletter, because who wants to get more newsletters? There's no what's in it for me in, hey, get our newsletter. People, when they hear, hey, get our newsletter, all they think of is, oh God, they're just going to spam me. They're just going to send me all kinds of emails that I don't want. I already get too many emails. So if you have that on your website, hey, sign up for my newsletter, and you're not getting signups, that's probably why. What you want to have is what we call lead magnet, that is something that helps people get a desired result that's very specific and quick to consume. So, a guide or checklist that solves one very specific problem for them, that helps them get a desired result, even if it's a small result, lets them get that result quickly and it's desirable to them to solve that problem. So something they'd be willing to exchange their email address and maybe their phone number for. That helps them get a quick win. So, and I see a lot of times, people might have some sort of lead magnet on their website, but it's not very prominent, or it's not like easy for people to find. So there are options like putting a pop-up on the website. And now, of course, we also have AI chatbots that can immediately engage people when they come to the website. So if they come to the website looking for something, they can chat in and say, hey, I'm looking for blah, blah, blah. And you can pre-train a chat AI with FAQs, with everything they could possibly need to know about your business, so that it can have an informed conversation with a visitor to your website and actually book them into a sales call with your team, or book them into a support call if they're looking for support, for example, or customer service. So mistake number 4, making the website all about you and not about them. Like we talked about earlier, you getting up there on a pedestal and saying, hey, I'm the best, is not like super credible. We don't know why, we can all get up there and say that we're the best. But it's not about you, it's about the customer. And it's not about your products and services necessarily either. It's not about your specifications. It's not about your features. It's about the results. What are you actually doing for them? How are you solving the problem better than anyone else? Because at the end of the day, people buy because they want the problem solved. Oftentimes, they don't really care how it gets solved as long as they believe that it actually works, that they're actually going to get the result and that you're going to do it better, faster, stronger, in a less painful way for them, they will buy. So make sure your homepage is about your customer. Make sure it speaks to their pain, their goals, their desired outcomes or desired end result. And back it up with reasons to believe that you're not just saying this, but you have real customer data, you have real reviews that verify that you do get these outcomes for people. So speaking to their pains, speaking to their goals, and making it about your customer. Customer centric. We say customer centric all day long, but that really means just you're the guide, they're the hero. You're Gandalf the Great, they're Frodo Baggins. Because if you make yourself the hero in the story, people are not, the visitors, your prospective customers, they're not going to see a place for themselves in that story. All right, so mistake number 5, no follow-up or automation. So if somebody fills out a lead form or requests a lead magnet or free resource from your website, or they fill out your contact form, or take any other action on your website where they exchange information, what happens next? Does anything happen next? Or does it just send an email to your email inbox where, you're busy all day long and you don't probably notice it, or it goes into spam, or who knows where it could be going? Are you following up with people who make inquiries over your website? If not, then that will be what we call a broken system, because the automation exists now and has for quite some time now. There's automation in CRMs that can make sure that the lead is followed up with and nurture that lead. Because the worst thing is what I call green tomato syndrome. And green tomato syndrome is what I see happen all the time with businesses, is they just think, oh, we need more leads, we need more leads, we need more leads. But what about those green tomatoes that just need a little fertilizer? They need a little love, they need a little nurture, they need a little sunshine until they're ripe and red and ready to eat. So your leads or your prospective customers who don't immediately take action, they are not bad leads. They're just green tomatoes. They just need a little love. They need a little nurture. And the best way is to make sure that they're being followed up with after they engage with your business. So if they're making inquiries over the website and not getting a response, that's a big issue. If you're making offers and giving free lead magnets or complimentary resources or something like that, and there's no follow-up system in place, there's an opportunity for you to take a look at how things could be improved. So, don't feel bad about it. This is common. But, take a look at that. Is that something that you could improve in your business to make sure, first of all, that you are making offers, and second of all, that someone who takes the offer of a complimentary resource or downloads a white paper or whatever it is, that they're going to get a follow-up consistently. And what you can do in the follow-up is make the next offer. So if they've downloaded a complimentary resource, what do you want them to do next? Maybe it's book a call. Maybe it's make a small purchase. You can make that offer next. And think of it kind of like a stair step. Are you giving sort of stair step offers that can help you improve it's help you build the relationship and build that trust with people along the way? Okay. So those are the 5 most common conversion mistakes. Let's go back over them real quick. So we had number 1, vague messaging. Mistake number 2, no clear call to action. Mistake number 3, no lead magnet or lead capture system. Mistake number 4, making it all about you and not about them. And mistake number 5 was not having a follow-up or having automation after someone engages with your business. All right, so now let's talk a little bit about how we can use AI to improve our website content. So AI is kind of like a secret weapon. It's not just for content creation, but actually for a conversion strategy. So you could use AI to generate homepage headlines that actually speak directly to your ideal customer or actually pinpoint how you their problem and how you solve it. You could use AI to rewrite your service pages with benefit focused copy. You could use AI to help you create potentially variations for A/B testing, or we call it split testing of your call to actions. So you can actually test 2 different potentially website home pages with different headlines and different call to actions and see which people respond to most. You could use AI to help you personalize follow-up emails based on which lead magnet they downloaded. Uh, and so what we like to do, we actually help people create custom AI ghostwriter uh, GPTs to actually train a whole ghostwriter AI with all the information, all the details about your business, so that you can actually use that to write content for your business, including website copy, email copy, lead magnets, and lead magnets. There's also AI programs that you can use to design those lead magnets. I love to use Typeset, and Typeset is great for uh, basically document style lead magnets like guides or online ebooks. It's also great for presentations if you want to just make some sort of a quick presentation, or maybe you want to make a white paper in the a sort of PDF presentation format that people can download. These are the types of things we can use AI for now to really help us communicate better with our customers. And the thing is, people worry about, oh, well, if I use AI, it's going to make it robotic or impersonal, or it's not going to sound good. Well, the truth is that AI kind of tries to mimic how we sound. So if we train it properly, it's going to sound like us, funny enough. And if we train it to, we can train it to mimic particular styles or mimic particular thought leaders that we really like or we admire or wish to emulate. And so I hear people who have mixed levels of success using AI for various applications. We are using it for website copy, email copy, lead magnets. We're using it. I mean, I'm using it to build my entire live video strategy here, including helping me with topics and titles and all of that stuff, descriptions. Um, and honestly, I think it's going pretty good. Does it take the personalization out of it? I don't think so, because I'm still here interfacing with you. We're still having a conversation. We're still face to face right now. Um, so think about how you could use AI to help you with website content that's designed to convert. And if that's something you think you might need help with, we can help with that. And we've really been doing this in a pretty cool way, and would love to talk to you about it if that's something that you're interested in. We also have a mastermind program that where we teach people how to do that. And if that's something you'd be interested in, definitely book a call with us and we can talk to you about how that works. So the other way to use AI on your website, like I mentioned earlier, is smart chatbots or chat AI, or even voice AI. If somebody wants to request a call with a voice AI, you can make that available from your website. You can have uh, AI receptionists that can direct people to your website. Um, but the smart chatbots help you be able to respond 24/7 to anyone making an inquiry, help them get directed to what they're looking for, help with having more conversations, help you make more conversions. So the smart AI chatbots can actually book people into calls. They can book sales calls of visitors into calls with your sales team. So most visitors have questions, but they don't really want to call. Like, especially in today's day and age, if you call someone, it's almost like it's just like you're in their personal space nowadays, because people are so used to digital communication. And the last thing they want to do is actually talk to somebody on the phone. They want to find all the information that they want to find on their own autonomously without your help as much as possible, until that point in time where they are bought in enough and they have enough of a perceived trust level to say, actually, maybe I will give them a call. So you want to make it as easy as possible for visitors to your website to find exactly what they're looking for. They want to find it fast and they want to find it now. So a chatbot can really help with that, because 24/7, any time of day, they can answer any FAQ. So you can train it with everything that a visitor could possibly want to know about your business or about what you do, and actually serve as a guide to help them find the solutions they're looking for, and guide visitors to the right pages on your website. Also pre-qualify leads so it can ask the right questions. Hey, are you dealing with this problem? Hey, are you working with these types of customers? Hey, oh, what is your blah blah blah? Most of us have sort of pre-qualifying questions that we like to ask leads or potential customers when we're working in a sales capacity with them. So what the AIs can also do is help you keep your calendar booked up with calls or sales calls, or they can actually help you to make small purchases. If say you're selling a software or something, get people into a free trial. Um, so the chatbots are really our 24/7 assistants, and they can help you turn your website into a lead generating machine. The cool thing about AI too is they're like another employee, but they're an employee who doesn't take coffee breaks, doesn't take vacations, doesn't work on commission. They don't have bad days. They always represent your business in the best possible light, because that's what they are trained to do. And they're not like us where, we wake up on the wrong side of the bed one morning and we have a bad day and maybe we piss off a client. Well, I've seen it go the opposite way. I've actually, listened to AI conversations where uh, a a lead or a customer shows up and the human is already upset and the chat AI or voice AI actually talks them down, and by the end of the call or interaction they're actually in a way better mood. Which is kind of amazing when you think about it, because AI doesn't have emotions. They're not getting pissed off. It's just responding to us as humans and doing what it's trained to do. So, um, drop a 2 in the chat if you feel like this conversation is helpful to you. Like, maybe you could actually take some of these tips and implement them into your business and have some more success being able to convert leads over your business, over your website. Awesome. So, so I also wanted to share with you today, I have a website tips complimentary resource. It's called the Top 10 Website Conversion Tips: How to Turn Visitors into Qualified Leads with the Help of AI. And so if you go to zebra.live, that's zebra.live/website tips, then you can download a complimentary copy of this resource and take a look at and really think about your website and how you might be able to improve it. And then the other thing I wanted to offer is a complimentary call. If you feel like maybe you'd like to have a chat about your website, we can actually perform a complimentary website audit for you. And the link for that is zebra.live, zebra.live/book a call. And if you feel like maybe you could use some help building a new website or rebuilding a website you already have, or you just want to figure out how to get better conversions over your website or what you can do to improve it, let's have a chat. We help people with that kind of stuff all the time, and we can take a look, find out more about your business and your goals, and give you some quick tips and suggestions that you can implement right now in your business and on your website. All right. So grab your copy of the guide. Definitely get that, zebra.live, zebra.live/website tips. And we're going to give you some fast, actionable tips and fixes to help turn your website into a lead generating machine. And if you would like me to take a look at your site, zebra.live, zebra.live/book a call. And again, if you're watching this on social media in the live stream, feel free to drop us a like, drop a comment, ask your questions. I will be back to take a look and answer any questions that people have. So be sure and engage with the videos. It really helps us to sort of build our community together and help each other out, because someone else may have a similar question that you have. So it does help. We can help each other out by asking our questions. So let's just recap here. So your website should guide visitors to take clear action on the problem that you see them having. We covered the most common conversion killers, the 5 most common mistakes that people make when it comes to their website. And you learned how to use AI and chatbots to improve your messaging and improve automation on your website. And then I gave you some tools and free resources: zebra.live/book a call and zebra.live/website tools, so that you can take action today on your business and your website and see what might be able to help you improve that. And so remember, a website that just looks pretty isn't going to grow your business. A website that converts will help you grow your business. So if you'd like to learn more about how we can help you make your website more of a conversion tool, we'd love to have a chat. Again, my name's Laura Camrath. I am CEO of Zebra Marketing, and we help people generate predictable sales and hockey stick growth with modern digital marketing systems. And we are going live here every Tuesday at 11 a.m. We do have masterclass once a month that helps you just learn how to use AI and automation to help you grow your business. So keep a lookout for that. And we will also be live here every Tuesday at 11 a.m. talking about growing businesses with the help of AI and automation. And we'll be giving tips on different topics in the attract, convert, retain, and expand categories over the next, few weeks. So we'd love for you to tune in. All right. Rosalind, do you have any questions? If you have any questions, feel free to hop off mute. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing everybody next Tuesday. Awesome. All right, a happy April Fool's Day. Let's make sure we don't have any squirrels in our websites. Make sure that our websites are working for us. And let's have a fun and hopefully joke-free April Fool's Day. All right. All right. Thanks, Rosalind. I see you said you booked a call. That's awesome. I look forward to talking with you.